What's up, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for joining me today. Today's video, we are going to do a rib sandwich. Now, I bought a rack of baby backs. The original plan was just to cook the rack by itself on my pit barrel cooker, which is a pit that I haven't used in quite a while. So we're going to use that today. However, at the last minute, I decided to switch it up. I'm going to trim it up so where at the end I can pull these bones out, and we are going to make a rib sandwich. I've got some sweet Hawaiian buns that we are going to use as the sandwich bread for this sandwich. I might add some pickles. I don't know if I have onions or not. Again, this wasn't the original plan, but we're going to turn it into a sandwich. It's going to be good either way. I'm going to show you how I trim the ribs up, and we're going to get the pit barrel cooker fired up, get them on there, smoke them up, eat them up. It's going to be good. Let's get started. Okay, so I have the rack of baby backs here. This is just under 4 pounds. I'm not going to do any trimming on the top. I am going to trim away a little bit of this fat down here at the bottom. In fact, I think I'm going to just kind of cut this end piece off. Let's see. Just some loose meat there. Get that out of the way. There's a little bit of loose meat here. Just going to trim that off, but that's it. Now I'm going to remove this membrane. I'm going to start up here. Taking the tip of my knife, getting it right under that membrane. Lift it up. It should just come right off. That's it. Now, to help these bones pull out easy at the end of the cook, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the bone, and I'm going to make a slit on each side of the bone. And I'm not even going like halfway, just making a small little slit. I'll give you a close-up in just a second. I want that meat, when it pulls back, to kind of pull back off of that bone, or as it cooks, to pull back off of that bone. So I'm going to get this trimmed up real quickly, and then I'll pick back up in just a second and show you what it looks like once I have all the slits in the back of this rib. Okay, so I got all the slits made in here. If I bend this rack, you can see how these bones kind of pop out a little bit, and that's all the way around the entire rack. Now, like I said, I didn't even go, gosh, halfway. I mean, I just barely put a little slit in there. As these cook, those bones will loosen up from the meat, and they should be able to pop out a whole lot easier at the end of the cook. Now, if you're going to make a rib sandwich, pick that up. If you're going to make a rib sandwich, I'd suggest going with baby backs over St. Louis. Part of that is because, or the main thing is because the St. Louis has the cartilage on one end. I've used actually both for a rib sandwich, and I found with the St. Louis, those cartilage, even though you pull out the bone, you still have that cartilage in there a lot of times, pieces of that cartilage. And, you know, when you go and bite into it, you bite into that cartilage, and it just isn't pleasant. You know, if you want to make sure, if you want to use St. Louis ribs and just make sure you get off all the cartilage, you know, feel free. I just think, in my experience, I have found that I've had better luck with baby back ribs. So I'm going to hit it with some Parquet, just as a light binder for the rubs. The first rub I'm going to use, you guys know I like my fajita seasoning as a base rub, so I'm going to add some of that. This thing is just, I mean, you know, this rub just has lots of flavor in it. Lots of really good flavors. It makes for a great base rub. And then I'm actually gonna come back over it with Uncle Steve's Competition Pig Powder. This is some good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. So, and with this, I'm gonna give it a really good coating. I'm gonna coat this backside, flip it over and do the exact same thing to the meat side. Then we're gonna let it sweat in. I'm gonna go get my pit barrel cooker fired up. I'm gonna use some post oak for my wood. Just gonna drop a big old chunk in there. And then we'll let it smoke, we'll let it cook, get all kinds of yum. And then we'll get to tasting. So that's the back side. Top side, the fajita rub from Fiesta. You know, I think this pig powder, this competition pig powder, you know, it's fine by itself. However, I just love this Fiesta rub. Anytime I get to use it, I'm gonna do it. So we'll get this rubbed down, like I said, let it sit, sweat in, and then I'll pick back up once we get them out to the pit barrel cooker. My pit barrel fired up, got a piece of oak down there. These ribs been sitting for a bit. We get them on there. Get the lid. We'll let it go for about an hour, and then we'll take a look at it. These ribs have been going for a little over an hour. I did move them over to the other side. Take a look at them. Oh yeah, they're drying out. I'm gonna go ahead and spritz them. I've got some apple juice here that I'm gonna use. I think the sugar from the apple juice is gonna add a little bit of extra sweetness to these ribs, which I'm quite all right with. So that's it. Spritz them, get them back on, and I'll take back probably another 30, 45 minutes. All right, so the ribs have been going for, what are we at? Probably about 2.5 hours. What I did is I went ahead and put this grate in so I could put some sausage on here. I think what I'm gonna do is cut the sausage up and pile that on top of the ribs once they're done. So these ribs are pretty close to wrapping. They got some nice color here. So I'm gonna pull them off in just a bit, and then we're gonna get them wrapped up, and then we'll take the rebar out and put them on the rack in some foil and just let them continue to get tender. So this is where we're at now. I'll pick back up in a bit. All right, these ribs have been going for about 3 hours. It's time to wrap them. I'm just gonna hit them with some butter or some parquet. I already spritzed the bottom side, but I have a little butter or a little parquet left, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And then I'm gonna come back with the apple juice that I was using to spritz. And really all I'm trying to do is just add moisture to this wrap. They've got enough color. So I just want to add some moisture. I'm going to wrap this meat side up, put it back on the pit barrel and let it go for probably about another hour. I'm going to pull these sausages off. Those are ready to go. So I'm going to get it wrapped up, get it back on. Next time I pick back up, they'll be done. They'll be rested. We'll pull the bones out and make some sandwiches. All right, so these ribs are done. They're wrapped. We're gonna flip them over. Ooh, you can see some of these bones started to pull out already or fall out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just twisting the bone, trying to release it from the meat. And it should come right out, just like that. And I'm just gonna work my way down through this entire rack until all these bones have come out. Oh, that's good. I did not sauce this rack yet. I think what I'm gonna do is just pour the sauce over the top of the sandwich. So that. Just giving it a twist, releasing it from the meat as it comes out. And this should leave us with an entire rack, once I flip it over, an entire rack of ribs with no bones. That's all the bones are out. I'll flip it back over. And I think at this point I'm gonna go ahead and add some sauce. The sauce that I'm going to use, this is Big Salinas. You guys saw me use this in another video, and it was really, really good. So I'm going to use it on this. Now I'm not going to put this rack back on the pit to let that sauce set. I'm just going to sauce it up just like that. Kind of spread this sauce out. God, they look good. Ribs look good. And that's it. I'm gonna get some buns. I'm gonna get these ribs cut up. I got that sausage. I'm gonna slice some of that up, and then we're gonna make a sandwich. See how it turned out. All right, these sandwiches are done. These rib sandwiches. I got them topped with some sausage. Yum. And some sauce. We're gonna give it a taste. All right, you guys, we're gonna give this attempt to give this thing a bite. Look, this thing is huge. It looks so good. Yum. I don't even know where to begin. Let's just bite into it. Cheers. It's so big. I gotta tell you, that Uncle Steve shake, the competition pig powder, excellent. When I combined it with this Big Salinas barbecue sauce, even better, in my opinion. Great combination. That rib, that rib sandwich is a good sandwich. It's huge. It's been a while since I made one of these. And it's oh so good. The sausage I got from Scott over at Texas Sausage Company. He is the only person when I'm needing sausage for like a catering gig or anything. He's the only one I go to. He makes some phenomenal products. Really, really love his stuff. So that sandwich is good. That bun, the sweet Hawaiian bun, is perfect for pork. It just goes so well together. We're gonna eat. The missus and I, she's waiting for a sandwich. We're going to eat. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, if you aren't already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. I would truly, truly appreciate that as well. I will see you guys next time. Take care.